Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Epic Games has just made a ton of huge announcements along with the official release of Unreal Engine 5.6 at the State of Unreal today, and I'm going to cover over everything you need to know. Epic Games just unveiled a ton of new features including Unreal Engine 5.6, new metahumans, optimization improvements, and so much more. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Smart Polly. I make all sorts of Unreal Engine news, tutorials, and content, so don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe for more future videos, and let's get right into it. The first biggest announcement at the State of Unreal today was CD Projekt Red, the developers of Cyberpunk and The Witcher, unveiled their new Witcher 4 game that is made inside of Unreal Engine 5, and they showed off some of the newest Unreal Engine tech used in their game in The Witcher 4. Up first, they showcased the massive open world map in The Witcher 4, which is just absolutely stunningly detailed and is incredibly well done. Some of the other new features they showcased was the Chaos Flesh simulation used to simulate realistic horse muscle, along with things like motion matching for mounting onto the horse so that the character can mount from any direction seamlessly. They rode into the town and showcased some of the new NPC interaction system using things like state trees inside of Unreal Engine 5 that allows for some of the most realistic NPC interactions in any video game to date. For example, you can dynamically interact with the NPCs, knocking into people's items and setting off things like chain reaction of events. And if you don't think that this is impressive, check out this next NPC interaction. They showcase this fish market NPC interaction where an NPC is buying a fish from another character and they are physically picking up the fish, handing it to the other NPC to cut it up, and then placing it in their basket. So this utilizes some of the new features in State Tree, some of the tech inside of Unreal Engine, along with things like smart objects, which is just insane to see just the level of detail that we've never seen before when it comes to NPC interactions. And along with that tech, they showcase the open world map of The Witcher 4, which features new update to the nanite foliage system. So previously in the nanite foliage system, they're using these triangles to optimize all of the foliage, and they showcase how detailed the pine trees are in the world, that they're built from these nanite assemblies featuring 28 unique pine needle branches used to build all the unique trees in the map. But along with this, they have updated nanite foliage to use a new voxelized optimization approach rather than using triangles for things like the individual pine needles. This massive performance improvement to nanite foliage system is currently not available in Unreal Engine 5.6, but they are targeting a release available in Unreal Engine 5.7. Next up, Epic Games officially released Unreal Engine 5.6, which is available today. You can go and download it right now. And the biggest announcement they made in 5.6 is regards to the new Metahuman system. Metahuman Creator previously was only available through the web, but now in 5.6 they are integrating and releasing Metahuman Creator integrated directly into Unreal Engine, meaning you can now create metahumans from inside of the engine, making it much faster, streamlined workflow rather than having to wait for it to download from the cloud to your PC. And additionally, they have added tons of new updates to Metahuman, including new presets to allow for more diverse, unique, and realistic characters. Another huge announcement with Metahuman is that they are now adding body sliders and modifiers so you can customize the body shape and input real-world values like weight, height, muscle mass, and much more. And along with these new modifiers, they are working with a brand new Metahuman clothing system. So this means that you can add clothing to your Metahuman character from inside the editor, and the clothing will be automatically shaped and fitted to your custom Metahuman's body. At the State of Unreal, they also revealed some huge improvements to the Metahuman Animator side of the engine. Metahuman Animator allows you to capture facial data and animate your Metahuman with just a phone, but now they've expanded it and updated it so you can animate Metahumans with just a 2D video. And along with this, they showcased even a live demo of using just a consumer-grade webcam to capture live Metahuman motion capture animation with just milliseconds of response time. And the biggest announcement yet is that Epic has updated the license for Metahumans to allow for you to use them in any software or program. Yes, that is right, you can now use Metahumans outside of Unreal Engine. This is absolutely huge and a game changer. After that, they moved on to talk about Reality Scan, which is the mobile and PC scanning app that allows you to create highly detailed photorealistic scans of assets. They announced that Reality Scan 2.0, which CD Projekt Red has actually used for a lot of the scanning of their assets in the Witcher 4 game, will be released later this month. So Reality 2.0 will be able to get our hands on it. Along with that, they've also teased and showcased some of the new free Quixel Megascans assets that will be added and released to Fab this month. And in other news, Fab is going to be getting a much needed upgrade. They will now be integrating Fab into the Epic Games launcher, so you don't need to go to the website to add things to your library. And much like the original Unreal Engine marketplace, they will be integrating Fab into the Epic Games launcher later this year. They will be adding things like batch import and export for assets, improved AI filtering, and much more. And another big announcement is the new Epic Games Store revenue share. Starting June 1st, they changed the net revenue share for developers to keep 100% of the the net revenue on the first $1 million when you use your own payment system, which is absolutely huge. This is like if Steam were to just waive their 30% fee for developers to publish game on their platform. Not only will this be a huge thing for indies that make less than $1 million in revenue, but also for larger studios who choose to publish their games on the Epic Game Store. And along with this, they announced the new Epic Game Store web shop for both PC and mobile. This is a new system that allows for developers to create in-app or in-game purchases, where developers can keep 100% of the net revenue and the players can accrue things like Epic rewards and redeem them on purchases that can be used store-wide in the Epic Game Store. Next up, they unveiled some new UEFN or Unreal Editor for Fortnite news, including the newly added IPs of popular shows such as Squid Game and Avatar, as well as Star Wars to the UEFN editor. And along with that, they talked about the AI Darth Vader NPC. Basically, UEFN developers can now create their own AI NPCs to add to their own UEFN experiences. But the biggest UEFN announcement has to be the reveal of this new ChatGPT UEFN AI assistant. You can basically think of this as your own AI assistant that is trained in the UEFN documentation, source code, and much more, which they showcased as this AI assistant you can use to write verse code that actually compiles and works in the engine. So it's just interesting to see Epic push for this new AI assistant coding tools to UEFN, and maybe we'll see something like this come to Unreal Engine in the future, but we will definitely have to see. Lastly, Tim Sweeney, the CEO of Epic Games, gave his closing remarks on the metaverse and his vision for Unreal Engine and UFN. Basically, his vision is to combine Unreal Engine and UFN into Unreal Engine 6 that will allow for people to deploy games to any platform and also have a unified item economy where players can take cosmetics from one game to another. He had previously mentioned this in a podcast that he did a month ago, but it's just interesting to see him bring it up again as his vision for the future of Unreal Engine and UFN. Anyways, those are all the big announcements at the State of Unreal this year. I will be making some big Unreal Engine 5.6 videos and tutorials in the next few days, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button because you do not want to miss out. And that's pretty much it for this video, so hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.